Ever looked out to the ocean and wondered what secrets it may be keeping? What secrets do the depths of these places still hide from humanity? Today, we shall look closer into the dark side of the ocean, an in-depth guide looking into the disturbing truth about the most mysterious realm on Earth. Although more than 70% of the Earth's surface is taken up by the ocean, less than 20% of it has been explored so far. While we appreciate its beauty and obtain many resources from it, there are many things about the ocean that are as yet unforgivingly mysterious, indeed challenging our very conceptions of life. In this journey, we will uncover the ocean's hidden dangers, its dark history, and the threats it faces today. First, into the darkest abyss. The Mariana Trench, which is the very bottom of the ocean, reaches a depth of 36,000 feet, a place where light hardly reaches and pressure is more than 1,000 times that at sea level. Life has evolved in this extreme environment in ways unimaginable. Let's delve into some of the bizarre creatures that thrive here. Meet the anglerfish. This master of disguise uses bioluminescence to lure prey into its jaws. Its grotesque appearance and eerie hunting tactics serve as a reminder that life goes to great lengths to adapt and sometimes just survive in incredibly harsh conditions. Yet, it does not stop there. Once thought to be an ocean monster myth, the giant squid can reach up to 43 feet in length and is thought to be an apex predator of the deep. Its life cycle and habits, though, are pieced together from bits and scraps of scientific findings. What might remain beneath, out of sight? Every deep-sea dive reveals new, largely unseen species. It's unbelievable how much biodiversity this ocean planet affords us, and yet every expedition results in more questions than answers. But as the ocean is home to all life, so too is it suffering at the hands of our negligence. Ocean pollution, especially plastic waste, is a catastrophic problem. It's estimated that 8 million metric tons of plastic enter the ocean every year. Plastic debris injures and kills marine animals and interferes with their ability to reproduce. Sea turtles mistake plastic bags for jellyfish, while birds also consume microplastic, which, in turn, affects their health and survival. But it does not stop here. Microplastics have penetrated the most remote and deep parts of the ocean. These tiny particles are in the water column, sediments, and even in the tissues of marine organisms by researchers. They are of a special concern because they are bioaccumulative in the food chain. This, therefore, implies that the implications of plastic pollution are not only confined to the ocean but can ripple and affect human health as well. Now, dead zones are areas of the ocean that have such low levels of oxygen that they cannot support life. These usually come from nutrient pollution associated with agricultural runoff, causing vices, or the algal blooms. For example, the Gulf of Mexico has a dead zone that can only grow as large as New Jersey in summer months. Fish populations shrink, ecosystems collapse, and local fisheries can be severely impacted. This serves as a stark reminder of how our actions on land can have disastrous effects on the ocean. We are catching fewer and fewer fish each season that passes. These dead zones have destroyed our local economy and our way of life. The ocean is also a grave for an innumerable number of ships. From the Titanic to the ancient merchant vessels, there are lots of shipwrecks that hold untold stories. Many remain lost in time, but others function as testament and omen to human aspiration and tragedy. Shipwrecks become artificial reefs, supporting complicated marine life. Yet, they are also harbingers of the terror of the sea. With every wreck, there is a story to be told about human fallibility, the fury of nature, and even war. Take the Titanic. It sank tragically on April 15, 1912, as a lesson in pride. Thought unsinkable, it hit an iceberg and took over 1,500 people's lives. The wreck of the Titanic was discovered in 1985 at 12,500 feet below the surface and is very slowly decaying. In these sunken vessels, we find not only history but also how time interacts with our memories. Have you ever heard of the bloop? In 1997, NOAA monitored an ultra-low-frequency sound emanating from the bottom of the South Pacific Ocean. While scientists believe this to have been the result of ice movement, the extent of the sound caused many to initiate theories of giant marine creatures. The bloop remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of the ocean. What else might we be missing in the sounds of the sea? From whale songs to underwater earthquakes, the ocean is alive with noise, and secrets are often just beneath its surface. Climate change is yet another dark force that threatens our oceans. Already, rising temperatures are causing coral bleaching, which imperils the species, enabling marine ecosystems dependent upon these colorful reefs. Coral reefs are home to 25% of all marine life, yet represent some of the most sensitive habitats on Earth. As long as temperatures continue to rise, we risk losing these irreplaceable habitats forever. Not only that, but increased sea levels threaten the flooding, erosion, and displacement of coastal communities. By 2100, millions of people may be displaced owing to the effects of climate change. We have lived here generation after generation, but now we are facing worries about losing our homes. The ocean is coming for us, and we do not know what to do. There is, however, hope amidst all these dark realities. The world over, organizations and people work relentlessly to save our oceans, from beach cleanups to legislation aimed at reducing plastic use. Every action counts. Have you ever looked into the ocean and thought about what it holds beneath its surface? What mysteries lie hidden beneath the depth, waiting to be found? Today we look at the dark side of the ocean, a deep exposé on unsettling truths relating to the most enigmatic realm of our planet. More than 70% of our globe is taken by the ocean, and yet more than 80% remains unexplored. While we marvel at the beauty and valuable resources derived from it, there are equally chilling mysteries hidden in the ocean that test the very limits of life itself. On this journey, we will expose some of the unseen dangers of the ocean, go through its dark past, and some of the threats hanging over its head even today. It's such a profoundly extreme environment where life has developed in unimaginable ways. Let's explore some of the unbelievable creatures that gather here. Say hello to the anglerfish. This master of disguise uses its built-in bioluminescence to lull prey right into its jaws. Grotesque in appearance, spooky hunting tactics remind us how life manages to thrive in harsh conditions. It is not the only strange inhabitant of the deep. A giant squid is an apex predator of the deep, reaching up to 43 feet in length, but once thought mythical. Parts of its life cycle and habits are being pieced together. What more lurks beneath the surface, waiting to be discovered? Every time we go down to the deep ocean, it's just a new set of species, most of which we have never seen. The biodiversity in the ocean is out of this world, and every expedition raises more questions than it provides answers. Whereas the ocean teems with life, it suffers due to our negligence. Ocean pollution, especially plastic waste, is a catastrophic problem. It's estimated that 8 million metric tons of plastic enter the ocean every year. Plastic debris injury, death, and reproductive problems are found to happen in marine animals. Sea turtles mistake plastic bags for jellyfish, and microplastics ingested by birds result in health and survivability consequences. But it does not even end there. Microplastics invaded even the most inhospitable parts of the ocean. These researchers are finding them in the water column, sediments, and even in the tissues of marine organisms. The main concern with microplastics is that they bioaccumulate in the food chain. This therefore means plastic pollution affects not just the ocean, but human health. For instance, a dead zone in the Gulf of Mexico during summer months has grown as large as New Jersey, where fish populations decline and ecosystems collapse, forcing the termination of local fisheries. This is just one grim reminder that the actions on land can extremely affect the ocean. We used to catch tons of fish every season, but it's getting tougher. Dead zones have destroyed the local economy, even our way of life. Shipwrecks create artificial reefs that sustain all kinds of marine life. But they also serve as harbingers of the terror of the sea. For every wreck, there's a story to be told about human error, nature's fury, or even acts of war. Consider the Titanic. It was an element of pride, yet it terribly sank on April 15, 1912. Being called unsinkable, the ship collided with an iceberg and killed over 1,500 people. Discovered in 1985, the wreck of the Titanic was 12,500 feet from the surface, dying like any other lifeless entity. While we delve into these sunken vessels, we actually discover history and the pressure of time on our collective memory. Have you heard of the bloop? In 1997, NOAA monitored an ultra-low-frequency sound whose origin came from the bottom of the South Pacific Ocean. Although most scientists said it was from the movement of ice, the magnitude of the sound led many to speculate about large marine creatures. The bloop remains one of the most baffling unsolved mysteries of the ocean. What else might we be missing in the sounds of the sea? From whale songs to underwater earthquakes, the ocean is alive with noise, often concealing secrets just beneath the surface. Though coral reefs are home to 25% of all marine life, they also rank among the most threatened ecosystems in the world. With rising temperatures, we are in the very real danger of losing these precious habitats forever.